cross between the spaghetti and lasagna. And it's actually very budget friendly, and it's one of those that you could make in a big dish and you bake, and you could have leftovers for almost like 3 or 4 days. And it's very budget friendly. Now I try to get most of my ingredients from the Dollar General, but there's just so many ingredients that I will never buy from there. So anyway, give me a moment. Just to try to show you how budget friendly this meal is, but they only have shredded cheese, and you can't really get block cheese from the Dollar Tree from where I'm at. My Dollar Tree really has limited items. So anyway, today I'm just going to show you some prep, and then later on tonight I'm going to actually finish the recipe. So right now I'm going to show you how to make the cheese sauce that we're going to be making using later for this recipe. All right, so for the cheese sauce, you're going to take 4 ounces of cream cheese. It's supposed to be a whole block, but this recipe is cut in half. So this is half a block of cream cheese. Then I'm also going to take a whole cup of ricotta cheese. Now it's supposed to be 2 cups, but I only used 1. Like I said, I'm cutting this recipe in half. Now I'm going to shred some Parmesan, like 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. That's going to finish up this. And then also you're supposed to use some parsley too, as a drizzle on top. Hello, how are you? I'm good, thanks for asking. Just doing some kitchen prep for my meal recipe that I'm making later. All right, now we're gonna give that a mix. I'm gonna have to put this in the microwave for a little bit. Yep, I think I'm going to. Now this cheese sauce takes ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, and half a block of cream cheese. Now, a lot of the recipes that I saw, they use cottage cheese, but I think ricotta cheese is actually disgusting. So I'm just using ricotta, and this is just gonna be the sauce we're using later for our pasta. And then you're supposed to drizzle parsley on top, but I have to go get some of that. So I'm just gonna put this in the microwave. There we go. There we go. Much better. Now we're just gonna mix all those cheeses in, all those ingredients. There we go. Beautiful. All right, I think I have some dry parsley that you're supposed to mix into this. Let me go see. There we go. Parsley. I do. I'm just gonna toss some parsley in there. There we go. Supposed to use regular fresh parsley, but I forgot to get some. There we go. All right. Beautiful. All right, let's give that a taste. Very good. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese though. And again, this cheese sauce that we're gonna be using later for our $1 million pasta is take some ricotta cheese, and you can use cottage cheese if you like cottage cheese. And then it also takes a third of a cup of Parmesan cheese, and then half a block of cream cheese. So yeah, and then drizzle in some parsley, fresh parsley. I didn't have any fresh parsley, so I just used dried parsley. I'm just gonna add a little bit more Parmesan because I think it's lacking some Parmesan flavor in there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. For those of you who never made, so for those of you who never made the $1 million pasta, so it's just a very budget friendly, like cross between lasagna and spaghetti or pasta, and you requires this marinara sauce, spaghetti of your choice or pasta of your choice, and then this cheese sauce, and then sprinkle on top with mozzarella cheese typically, and it's pretty simple, and then you just throw it in the oven. Yeah. Normally, I don't like trying to do those challenges where I see a lot of cooks make like budget-friendly meals and they try to get all these ingredients from dollar store. I got about some of them my ingredients from dollar store, but I really don't like using shredded cheese, and that's the only my dollar store only sells shredded cheese. I like using block cheese, as you can see, because shredded cheese. And I mentioned this in another video. They usually put potato starch to preserve shelf life in shredded cheese, so I normally will never ever buy shredded cheese when I'm making a recipe. I really did want to try to be as authentic as possible with this recipe, and I've seen a lot of people try to challenge themselves to get all the ingredients from the dollar store, but just to show how budget friendly this meal is. But I believe I still kept this under pretty good budget. I didn't go over $20. So anyway. And like I said, this is one of those meals that like feeds a family of 4, and you can still have leftovers for like half the week. So anyway, so good. Let's add a little bit more parsley too. There we go, beautiful. Give it that color. All right. Now we're gonna put this aside, and now we're gonna cut up some veggies. We're gonna be prepping later for this recipe that we're making tonight. Let me go wash my hands. We'll wash this board off a little bit. About that, had to readjust the camera. There we go. Cut that off. All right, now we're gonna cut up our pepper. I like to cut the top off my pepper first before cutting it in half and cutting out the middle. There you go. We're cutting in half now. adjust my apron here. All right. All right, now we got our bell pepper pot chopped up. We're gonna transfer that to another bowl. There we go. And now, really quick, we're gonna chop up our onion, and that's gonna be all the prep that we're gonna need to do for this recipe. All right, let me cut the edges off here. All right. Oop. Oop. Onion kind of fell apart, sorry. There we go. right. All right, now that our onions prepped, that's about it. All we need for this good amount of prep for this recipe. Now we're gonna take that and we're gonna also throw it in the bowl with our bell pepper. All right, now that we got our sauce and then our veggies prepped up, and that's all the time we have for today for this recipe, this part of the recipe. Stick around for tonight. We're gonna be going live again and we're gonna be finishing up this recipe, cooking the pasta, and then throwing it in the oven and baking it. All right, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and follow.